Hello people of the world, my name is Kelly and this video will be completely unedited, unfiltered, raw thoughts. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the female cycle and why I find it to be incredibly fascinating and valuable for women to know about and for all humans to know about. So it's really unfortunate, but I didn't come to understand the truth of how my cycle works until 2020. But in case you didn't know, women and all people, when a woman is in her reproductive years, from the time she gets her first period until the time she enters menopause, she has a cycle that most of the world knows as the menstrual cycle. But I'm here to tell you that it's actually an ovulatory cycle, because menstruation, aka your period, would not occur without a healthy ovulation. And I know some people might be thinking like, well, I'm on birth control and I still bleed, but I'm here to tell you also that most of the time a bleed on birth control is just a withdrawal bleed. It's just your body withdrawing a lining that it was attempting to build up and couldn't, because the way birth control works is by giving your body hormonal feedback, feeding the brain synthetic hormones, and shutting down the connection between the brain and the ovaries that leads and dictates the events of the cycle, the main one being ovulation. So a bleed on birth control is not a real bleed. Let's just get that out of the way. You could typically tell because it's usually very dark colored or very light and spotty, not much substance, not a healthy, bright red, full bleed. But beyond that, ovulation is the main cycle event. Ovulation is a protective function of health, and without ovulation, the body does not produce natural progesterone, and progesterone is an incredibly calming and healing hormone that literally heals brain cells and maintains the lining of the uterus and reduces anxiety and is really important for us. Well, like I said, I didn't come to learn about the truth of how my own body works until 2020 as a 22-year-old woman, which is really sad and upsetting. And not just that, but before I learned the truth of the cycle, I was given absolutely no guidance on how to take care of myself as a woman. So I was constantly trying male-based diets and workouts and ways of life that were only making me feel worse and spiral into a terrible depression and gut health disaster. And in 2020 I came to learn the truth that I am a cyclical being, and that a woman's cycle in her reproductive years has 4 distinct energetic phases, and that what feels like a roller coaster can actually be a really beautiful journey into oneself each and every cycle. But without being told that it's a beautiful cyclical journey, it kind of just feels like you're a crazy, psychotic, broken bitch. And I felt like that for a really long time. And yeah, when you understand that you're a cyclical being, and when you understand and know and trust that you're not supposed to feel the same every day, you're a lot easier on yourself. You're a lot less mean to yourself. And that is why I think every woman should understand at least the very basics, like at least the most basic idea that we're cyclical, that there's phases of the cycle that we move through. Every single woman should know that. It's ridiculous that I did not learn that until I was almost done with college. It's very sad. So much neglect. And beyond the basics, there's the fertility aspect, which is important whether or not you want children. For the women who do want children, it's very important for them to understand their cycles so that they can confirm not only ovulation, but a healthy length luteal phase to reduce the chances of miscarriage or early pregnancy complications. Every single woman should be able to identify her most fertile days. Every single woman. And if a woman does not have fertile mucus or is infertile for whatever reason, she should be able to identify that because she knows her cycle. Every single woman should have some basic idea of herbal or natural remedies to reduce cycle discomfort and struggle. But we don't. We do not. Most women, the large majority of women, have no support, no guidance, no clue. And it's very, very sad. And I am almost fully certified as a fertility awareness instructor. And in ways I am waiting to get that certification before I fully unleash the passion within me. But in other ways, I don't feel like I should wait for a man-made credential to tell people that this is important. So if you're still listening to this, thank you. And if you're a woman or a man who cares about women, which I hope you do, because no single one of us would be here without a woman and the womb, 2025 is the year that you need to know and step up and claim that your body and your cycle is important, and prioritize that above everything else. Prioritize that above everything and everyone else, because if you do not feel well, if you cannot fill your own cup, how the fuck are you gonna fill anyone else's? Like, truly, how? You can't, you won't, because you're pouring from an empty bucket and there's nothing left. So I would like to share more about the cycle, and I would like to hear what you want and need to learn. Although I think everything needs to be shared, because most people, again, have no idea. But if you made it this far, comment down below. Like, what do you want to know and learn about your cycle? What is a couple questions you have? Even if it's super basic, like, where do I even start? And I will be addressing those things in unedited, unfiltered videos just like this, because it's way too damn much work to edit and try and be perfect when I am not a perfect human and I don't want to be. So I'm sorry for this lighting, I'm sorry for this quality, but this is my heart, this is my truth. I'm excited to share it more with you in this year. So let me know what you want to know, strangers of the world. Thank you.